Awesome, let's go. Trial of the Ancestors live reaction as presented at ExileCon.
Into the night. They thirst for battle. They yearn to prove themselves. Welcome to the halls of the dead. Earn your place among us. Under Hinikora's watchful eye, test your mettle against the greatest warriors who ever lived.
Okay, that looks like fun. At least they're giving us something to do until Path of Exile 2 beta comes out, don't they?
In the trial of the ancestor.
We're shifting Path of Exile's metagame in
Alright,
several
support
ways.
gems
First is by
in
introducing 14 new support gems, which are designed to take existing categories of skills and provide entirely new ways to play them.
Alright,
For
let's
full
hear it.
information, check the final gem hovers when we post them in the next few weeks. Let's have a look at a handful of these support gems now.
Let's do it, Chris.
In Path of Exile, War Cries usually buff your party but don't directly hurt monsters. The Corrupting Cry support gem turns War Cries into damage-dealing skills by making them inflict corrupted blood on monsters affected by the War Cry or by your attacks that it exerts.
Wow. That is awesome. That makes me want to play with War Cries. Generally, War Cries are not my favorite.
Support gem causes projectiles from supported skills to return to you,
like
piercing all targets but dealing a little less damage.
Apologies. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. For each projectile. Oh my god.
Another example too.
No way. No way. No way.
The Fresh Meat support gem causes minions created by supported gems to gain adrenaline, critical strike chance, and critical strike damage for a duration after they're first summoned. So you've got to work out a way to keep refreshing your minions, and it makes them a lot more powerful. The Flamewood support gem causes totems to trigger projectile mortars at enemies that hit them. This is particularly synergistic with totems that can taunt enemies, such as Decoy Totem, or one of the new Chieftain Ascendancy skills that I might talk about shortly.
That's clever.
The Sacrifice support gem works on spells that you either cast yourself or through totems. These spells now sacrifice a percentage of your current life or the totem's life to gain additional chaos damage based on how much life was sacrificed.
Interesting. Interesting.
The Frigid Bond support gem affects Link skills and causes a cold mist to come over them. Enemies caught in the beam are chilled and are dealt cold damage over time.
Wow.
This creates a new tool for a cold damage over time build
requiring
strategic placement of both yourself and your Link's ally.
That's fun.
I mentioned it was going to get silly.
It is silly, Chris.
The Locust Mine support gem looks OP and affects attack skills that use bows and wands. Instead of directly using the supported skill, you throw mines in an arc that use that skill for you, targeting your location when you detonate them.
What the hell?
In addition to these gems, there are another 7 that we'll be revealing over the next few weeks. Sanctums are now tradable items that you can find while playing maps in the endgame. A Forbidden Tome represents a whole floor of the Sanctum, and its rooms can be played back to back, or you can take breaks between them and do something else if you choose. Upon successfully completing that Sanctum floor, the next floor is generated as a tradable item with all of the state of your Sanctum run built in. This means that the item stores what boons and afflictions you had, what rewards you've locked in, and how much resolve you have left. You can then either play this floor or trade it to someone else if it feels more beneficial. For example, let's say you manage to lock in a really valuable reward. The example here is a Mirror of Calandra, but you'll also notice that, do I have a laser pointer? It doesn't work on the board. Okay, 1 resolve. This is an example here where the player has a very good reward locked in, but a massive pile of dangerous afflictions and only 1 resolve on them. If you don't feel capable of completing the rest of the Sanctum from this point, then it would normally be a write-off, right? If you gave this to me, no way am I getting that mirror. But you can now trade the Sanctum state to someone else who is willing to pay for the chance to earn the mirror, or lose it. And you can look at expected value in economics, right? It's worth some percentage of that mirror. So you trade it for like 5 chaos to someone, they run it and lose their chaos. Your relics, which act as passive bonuses within the Sanctum, are locked in for the run when you start the first floor and can't be changed for the rest of the run. Speaking of relics, they're now tradable and have been rebalanced around this. To those of you wondering, we have decided against bringing back Sanctified Relics for now. A complete Sanctum run now requires killing the final boss, Lycia, in both her first and second form. She will always drop a unique relic, and these have been reworked and replaced as we rebalanced everything. An important aspect of the new Sanctum balance is that your primary defenses now have some effect on protecting your resolve. Your armor allows you to mitigate resolve loss, and your evasion grants you a chance to avoid resolve loss entirely, a lot like how armor and evasion work. Your energy shield grants you resolve Aegis, which is a mechanic that works similarly to how energy shield behaves for life. In light of the new defensive opportunities and learnings from the original Challenge League, we've rebalanced the difficulty of Sanctum, especially in later floors, and have worked to add more monster and room variety to runs. We've added new boons and afflictions themed around the new defensive mechanics, and have rebalanced many of the other ones.
I can't tell you how excited I am about the new league, guys.
Like other optional endgame systems that involve tradable items, players who don't want to play Sanctum can trade their Sanctums to other players in exchange for an item or currency that benefits them more.
That's awesome.
Successful Sanctum play can generate a lot of rewards. It'll potentially be possible to build characters dedicated to Sanctum running and just farm Sanctums repeatedly in order to profit.